Hunter. I'm being interviewed by Keith Andrew, very nice guy, and the guest, which is Ross, very nice guy also. And I'm 20 years old, and I look forward to being in this interview.
Ross Heath. I'm an actor, writer, and director here in the UK, and I'm being interviewed by the amazing Keith on his network and with Hunter. Absolutely great people. I'm honoured to be part of it, and thank you so much for the interview. It's an honour.
For people who want to know what is the KeithAndrewNetwork, whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, to prove them some out something. 26 minutes of your time, freedom of speech, self-expression. For my next season, I'm going to remove the whole PG thing. But for right now, it sounds nice. PG-13, but you do have the right to say what you want. So Ross, I'm going to start off with you because you are from the United Kingdom. And it's funny we should mention that my brand new show that I will be working on, it's called KeithAndrewNetwork International. Season 1 will be Canada, Season 2 will be UK, Season 3 Australia. So it will be something brand new to the Keith Andrew Network. But Ross, how you been, and how's everything in England?
Oh, good, thank you. First of all, thank you for interviewing me and having part of your show. Everything's good here. Just working very hard, trying to keep busy. And it never stops, really. It's in the filming business. We're always busy.
No, absolutely. So the first one I want to ask you, and these questions are for both of you, by the way. But okay. Ross, I'm going to start off with you. What attracted you to begin your career?
Well, I was always a fan of martial art movies and any kind of film, action film. And when I was younger, I was always acting out in front of my mirror and trying to be these like Jean-Claude Van Damme on TV or Steven Seagal or people like these big figures back then. And I was like, I really want to do this one day. And it didn't happen for many years. But when I had the chance to kind of go into it, I thought, I'm going to see what happens. And I didn't think I'd be able to do it. And I met an indie director and he gave me a shot. And put me in a horror film. It was the most amazing experience I'd ever had. And I got the bug. I just couldn't stop. It's like an addiction to filmmaking. It's an addiction to acting. And that's because of one indie filmmaker. That's how I got my break.
No, absolutely. It's funny you should mention, I can't think of his name. I think it's Steven Seagal or Van Damme. One of them get their asses kicked by a drunk. And that just ruined their whole career. I can't think of the name though.
Yeah, I think Steven Seagal, there was an altercation which Van Damme put him in his place and Steven Seagal walked away from it. So I think maybe that might be the issue you're talking about. I have an interview coming up about that with a very cool guy soon. So I'm sure that you'll see the opinions on that. That'll be quite interesting.
No, absolutely. Hunter, same exact question. What attracted you to begin your career as an actor?
I really enjoy watching movies. I love TV shows, and I love being character. Basically, all of it. It's a lot of fun.
No, absolutely. Now, Ross, the next one I want to ask you is, what has been your greatest achievement as being a professional actor?
My greatest achievement? That's a good question. I would say. Directing and having my own movie on DVD would be the most amazing achievement, which was Freakish, horror film that we did. And we got it on DVD. It was a short 30-minute horror film. It won a few awards. It wasn't made off a big budget and we weren't expecting it to get on DVD. And when I seen my name on the DVD as the writer, it was like, wow, this is incredible. I've got my own movie on DVD. And it was an amazing thing. And that's one of my most proudest achievements.
Congratulations.
No,
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Actually, going back to the first one out, now I'm going to ask you a different part. So, what attracted you to begin your career, not just as an actor, but was as a director and writer?
Well, when I first started out, I noticed sadly that a lot of people wasn't getting opportunities. It's very hard, like in the acting industry, you sometimes get stereotyped to different roles, characters, etc. So I wanted to. It was always a passion of mine, but I failed a few times at first. I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest. And you always learn, and I got some great advice off great directors and friends, and I learned off other people in the industry. And I thought, right, now's my time to direct my own movie. And I met a good friend of mine who is like a very close brother, Christopher Livermore. He's my directing partner. We came together as a team and we just decided to make a movie. And that's when I first directed my film. He helped me with it and I helped him. And together, two heads are better than one. And we just made an awareness film from it. And it was absolutely brilliant. I couldn't believe we did it.
No, absolutely. If you have the heart and passion for it,
of course,
you enjoy it. Once it starts being like, I hate doing this, I don't want to be here. Once you start having that negative energy, you're only going to set yourself up for failure.
Very true.
And as you would agree, if you love what you're doing, it's not work. Once it starts feeling like it's a job, it's work, then you're just starting the downfall.
Yes, very true. I agree with that 100%.
Now, do you ever want to ask you about your acting and directing? Have you ever thought about doing a video about just people with disabilities?
Well, yes. I do what I can for charity, and I like to raise awareness on bullying and stuff like that. I've done it for quite a long time, and the first film I ever did was about my wife's condition that she suffers with, which is fibromyalgia, it's called, and it's chronic fatigue, and it's quite upsetting to see someone go through that. And it is a disability. This is the thing. It is a disability. Some people don't think it is, but it is. And I wanted to make a film on it because I didn't think there was much out there on awareness. And that was one of the first ever films that we did was called Fibro and the New Me. And it raises a lot of awareness on it and it's helped a lot of people. And by raising awareness on disabilities, I think it's very important because everyone should be free to, show themselves for the true person that they are. And by the art of filmmaking, I can do that by raising awareness. And that's what I like to do with no matter what disability it is. My son has got autism and ADHD. I couldn't be more prouder of him. He's so smart. He's so clever. And there's more things I want to raise awareness on. I just wish I had more time.
Well, I hear you 100%. Hunter, what about you? Well, tell us about what you're working on right now and your greatest achievements.
My greatest achievement would probably be being in a movie. I was in a movie called Elizabeth Carter. I played a mugger in an alley. So I was very. It was like a minute I had, but it's better than nothing. At least I had the experience. Because that's what I want to do in my life is become an actor. For now, I'm only a beginning actor, but like I said, I want to be a professional actor someday. And what was the other question again?
Oh, what are you working on right now?
Working on right now, I actually had an audition last night for a comedy mystery thing. It's based off the movie Clue, and I auditioned for Tim Curry's role from the movie. It's really not it's based on, but it's not exactly. It's kind of hard to explain, But yeah, I got it. I find out tonight or tomorrow if I got the part or not. So I'm a little nervous, but
Good luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Ross. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you don't always get this one, when one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are more opportunities.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Now, Ross, I want to ask you the same question. What are you working on right now?
Do you have about 3 hours spare? No, we're working on a big boxing movie called Jesse at the moment, which is about a character called Jesse Bennett who gets blackmailed into fighting for this very nasty female called the Dame in the film, played by Lynn Harvey, a UK actress. And we've got an ensemble of amazing people in this film. We've been working on it for 3 years, and we're working on that at the moment, as in writing. I'm writing, directing, and starring in that movie, and it's probably the biggest movie that we've ever done. So we're working on that, and I've had to get in quite a lot of good shape to get ready for the role. A lot of training, like Rocky style.
Exactly.
But,
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. That was my inspiration for the film. I was a massive fan of Rocky, and I thought, you know what, I want to do something with a massive twist in the UK that's never been done. So I came up with Jesse, and literally that's as the directing, and that's the big thing we're working on. Mm-hmm. Apart from that, really, at the moment, it's mostly acting stuff. Like today, I went and worked on a new film with a director called Chris Cutler, and that's called Killing Rainbow, which is about an assassin. I can't say too much, but that's going to be a very great UK independent film by a creative guy, and I'm working on that. I'm working on numerous projects, loads of English outlaw Dick Turpin, which the outlaw Dick Turpin in the UK, very notorious character. I'm looking forward to being in that film as well, and many other things that I'm looking forward to being in. I could be here for hours telling you. I'm honoured to do it all.
Very cool. Definitely off the air. I do have some great ideas. But the next one I want to ask you is disabilities. Have you guys worked with people with learning disabilities? And are you willing to work with people with disabilities? And Ross, I'm going to start off with you.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. It does. I will never judge anybody. I believe everybody is equal, and you should be treated with respect, and you should care for people. That's how I was brought up. If people who judge people, I don't have them in my circle. I don't allow that negative, as you said before, negative energy around. And I've had plenty of that in the past. And negative energy is not good for your career or your life or your mental health. I suffer with mental health. I suffer with panic disorder. I suffer with many things, and it's hard to be an actor with stuff like that. So I understand how hard it can be. Anybody with disabilities are welcome to work with us in films. They would never be turned away, and I would welcome it with the utmost honour.
I agree. Yeah. Hunter, what about you?
I'm willing to work with anyone, to be honest. You should never judge people. It's not right. Everyone, like you said, Ross, everyone is equal.
Yes, man, of course.
Yes. And the next question is for both of you. And actually, I want this to be well interactive. So, Hunter, you can ask Ross questions, and Ross, you can ask Hunter and me questions. So the next one I want to ask you, Ross, is looking for a good one. Something I have a script, and I feel like I do the same questions over and over for the same interviews. So the next one I'm going to ask you is, what is your favorite job? You mentioned you're an actor, writer, and director. You know, with everything that you accomplish, if you can say, I want to do this job for the rest of my life. You know, for me, I love talking. I have diarrhea of the mouth. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. But I found something I want to do until the day I'm 6 feet under. You wear so many hats. What has been your one job you want to do for the rest of your life?
The one job I'd like to do for the rest of my life is, in my life, I love to care for, I love to care for people. I love to look after people. And apart from my job that I do as an actor, and I look at it as a hobby more than a job, to be honest. It's like you say, it's a passion project. So I enjoy doing that, but I'm also done many other jobs. Like I was a care worker, and I love that job. I love caring for others, children with disabilities, like my son with autism. And if I was to have a job that I'm aiming for in my life, that's not being an actor and a director, it would be to look after children who suffer with autism.
That's good. It's a true hard worker there.
Yeah,
true
definitely.
True caring person.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No
What
problem.
about you, Hunter?
To be honest, I just want to stick with acting, but my parents and everyone's been telling me that I got to have a plan B because it's very competitive. It's very hard to get into the business.
Yeah.
So I've actually worked at a movie theater. And now I'm trying to focus on school and stuff before I get another job.
It's a very cutthroat business, the acting world, and you've got to have a very strong head for it. You've got to, when I first went into it, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize how hard it is, but also how challenging it can be. There's a lot of big egos and jealousy in the industry, but there's also the other side of it, which is amazing, lovely, and positive. So you've got to try and find that equal balance and stick with the positive and get rid of the negative.
Right. For example, like Tom Hanks, friendliest, nice person in Hollywood. Yeah. Someone that I look up to. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of celebrity people that are incredible. We mentioned Steven Seagal before. I'll touch on it briefly. I actually worked with him. I did some work for him. We came to the UK. He came to the UK and we met him. And put it this way, I wish I never did. We'll just say really.
Yeah, I wish I never did. It was like the most awful experience I've ever had.
Yeah, I heard he's not the nicest. I heard he's not the nicest.
He isn't. It was great to see Steven Seagal, Casey Ryback come on the stage.
Exactly.
As a person, he wasn't a nice person, and it made me sad that he wasn't. But then I went and met like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he was incredible. He was he was amazing. Such a lovely guy, and it's just about how they let the egos go with the industry. If they got a lot of fame and it goes to the head, sometimes people change, and it's very sad. But I try and stay on a level basis. I always say, no matter what kind of fame I get, I always remain loyal and stay the same person that I am now.
It's like with professional wrestling. They say, Hulk Hogan, he's a big showman, but he buries people. Bret Hart, he supposedly held people down. Like I say, once you're at the top, you don't want to give a spot up. Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Vince McMahon, yes, he changed the business world. I wouldn't say for the better because, his father used to get back in the day. Now I'm just dating myself, and there used to be territories, and territories used to trade wrestlers from one place to another. Vince McMahon wanted to be in competition, so he ran all those people out of business.
Yeah.
Now you have, AEW, you have Ring of Honor. We're crossing. I was going to ask you about professional wrestling, but it's a good thing and a bad. But going back to actors, I like Hugh Grant, I like Hugh Laurie. And I like Hugh Jackman. Doesn't matter what he does.
Very cool.
He will always be Wolverine to me.
Yes, the Wolverine is amazing.
And Russell Crowe, except for the time he threw a phone at somebody.
The three actors I really want to meet are John C. Reilly, Kevin James, and Tom Hanks. So the three actors I would look up to and really like to meet someday. Yeah,
Kevin James, awesome actor, amazing.
You met him?
I haven't met him. No, I've never met him. I'm a big fan. Love his films and I love his TV. King of Queens, he did, didn't he? It was incredible.
That's my favorite show, The King of Queens. That and Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah. He's great. I love him. I think he's brilliant. He's done a new horror film as well. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah. That was a really, really different role for him. I liked it. It was
really good, but creepy though. Creepy role for him.
Very, very sadistic. Yeah. I liked it.
So Ross,
me too.
Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
No, I was just saying I liked it too. It was really good.
Yeah.
So Ross, the next two questions I want to ask you is one: do you like WWE UK NXT? That's the first one. And second one, going back to the script, what experience do you have writing for television? Because you mentioned you did so many films. Have you ever thought about writing for television?
So, the television writing, I've had opportunities here and there, but I don't feel I'm quite hard on myself. You see, I love the independent circuit. because it's more, I don't know, it's more open to opportunities, and I like giving other people opportunities. If an offer comes available where someone says, well, do you want to try and write for the BBC? I would give it a shot, but I don't feel I'm there yet. I don't feel I'm in that place where I want to say, that's what I want to do. I like what I do. I like the independent scene. I like writing my own scripts, and that's the best way forward for me at the moment. But if the offer came along, I wouldn't say no. I would probably give it a try, and if it works out, but it's not something I would look into or thought about doing at the moment. And as for wrestling, I'm a massive fan. I'm a massive fan. I've actually I went to a Comic-Con. I met the Undertaker, the Phenom.
Really?
Oh, it cost a fortune to meet him, but it was absolutely incredible. He was lovely. Me and my wife went and met him, and he was a huge guy. As you can see on TVs, and meeting him was just he's massive. I 6'10". I had goosebumps meeting him. It was just incredible, and I'm a massive fan. I'm a big fan of CM Punk, who has just come back to wrestling for AEW. I like that he's straight talking. I like that there's no BS with him. He just says what he thinks, and I love his attitude, and I think he's an incredible wrestler. And I think WWE maybe treat him wrong, which is a lot of the reason why I went to AEW. So I'm a massive fan. I watch it religiously every single week, and my favorite wrestler is Randy Orton, the Viper.
Very cool.
He's really cool.
Yeah, speaking of Comic-Con, I'm actually going to Comic-Con this year in November.
Oh, cool, man, are you? Wow.
I look forward to meeting an actor I look up to also, David Koechner.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
He's a funny actor. I like him a lot. He's really cool.
Cool, man. A great tip when you go to a Comic-Con, I've always found it's good to be a little bit cheeky. So, like, when you go to the guests, if you're paying money, or, I just ask them questions about acting. I'll say, like certain things, because they help you with your career. Like, these people in there, they know what acting's about. So if you can get great advice while meeting your heroes, best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do want to go to Comic-Con, but once, I get the booster, and to be honest, I know we said we weren't going to talk about the pandemic, but I do want to give my piece.
Of course.
Always to wear a mask. The faster everyone gets vaccinated, faster this crap will be on a leash. Unfortunately, it will never go away. It will be now the flu, but not to harp on that. But something about taking a picture when you're wearing a mask, it just takes away from it. But
it really does. I didn't even think of that until you mentioned that. It really does.
But the one thing I will say, pass this over to you guys for the last 4 minutes. I met so many people, professional wrestling. If your guys are interested, they don't really come to New York that often, but it's WrestleCade and WrestleCon. They're really good. I got the chance to meet Booker T, his wife. A funny story. I met Kelly Cross. I didn't know who the hell he was. I just saw this big buff guy, and I was like, oh, okay. There's security, because he was with Scarlett and Mackenzie. And he's like, oh, fine, okay, you're a guy taking tickets, or you're their security. And my brother said to me, you know who that big guy was, right? No, security, right? No, he's not security. That's Kellyanne Cross. It's like, well, thank you for telling me after the fact.
Oh, man.
But he did ask me at the time, out of the two, Charlotte and Mackenzie, who do you think's attractive, who better looking? I was thinking to myself, I wanted to say it, but I didn't. I wanted to say, better question, which one of them is single?
Yeah.
But now Kellyanne Cross is going out with Scarlett. I'm like, I can't choose. But with the last 4 minutes, I'll pass it over to you guys. Was there anything you want to say wrapping up on the show?
Sorry, after you.
No, don't worry, dude. You're good. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. It's been a good time.
Yeah, it's been great. And just before we go about wrestling, in our boxing film Jesse, I actually stepped into the ring with a professional wrestler. He is a wrestler for PWL Wrestling in the UK, and he's called The Venom. James Jennings. He's a massive dude, and we cast him as a part in the film, just because he had a great look about him. When you're a director, you see someone, you think they're perfect. Exactly. And I wanted to get into the ring a little bit like Rocky versus Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of, I'm adrenaline junkie. I love stuff like that. So I actually did all the fight moves. He did all the choreography. We went at it in the ring for about hours and hours. I took body slams. I had a concussion. It was absolutely amazing. It was worth every concussion that I got from him. And
sounds like fun.
It was so fun, man. I've never realised how hard them slaps really feel. When you see it on TV, you think, is it real? It's real. I had marked for a week. So I've actually stepped into the ring with a wrestler and I've had a taste for it. Wouldn't like to do it full time. I want my body to kind of stay as it is. But as for this show, meeting yourself and Keith, thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. And keep going with the acting, bro.
Thank you.
Just keep going. Never give up. Don't let negative energy come through. Stick with the positive. If you ever need any advice or you're ever in the UK, hit me up and give me a shout.
Thank you very much, Ross. Very nice meeting you as well.
You too, brother.
Now, I do have a couple questions for you guys off the air. But wrapping up our interview segment, if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. We'd love to interact with you. This will be shared on all social medias. We're wrapping up our interview segment. It was our honor and privilege having you guys on the show. I want to say thank you for your time and have a good night.